Chapter 18. A Pride of Lions. A figure stepped out of the shadows. Gram put her hand on her heart. Fabiola instinctively pulled me close to her. Who's there? Demanded Graciela. It, it is me, Santiago. Gracias a Dios, said Flora, making the sign of the cross and hurrying into the house to turn on the porch light with Flo the yard. Graham and Fabiola reached Santiago first. Graham grabbed both of his hands and said, Santiago, we've been looking for you. He hung his head and said something that I couldn't hear, and Graham shook her head and said, No, no, don't say that. We're just happy we found you. Then she hugged him. I froze. I might as well have been back on the playground with a bunch of kids calling Owen names and me watching it all like a movie. Was this really happening? Owen ran forward. Santiago put his hand on Owen's arm. I could hear beats and pieces of Owen non-stop jabbering. Looking and looking for you. It took a long time in baby beluga to Mexico and Barrio Jalatlaco. Santiago touched Owen's head and stroked his hair. What did that feel like? Owen wouldn't stop talking, and we came with Bernardo and Fabiola and Lulu. Ruben is my best friend. Firecracks and candy. Naomi ran after you. Thought you were lost. Thought you were lost. When no one said my name, Santiago looked up. His forehead wrinkled, and he ran a hand through his rump, blonde hair. He swallowed, and I saw the glump right down his throat. Will reached an arm toward me. Graciela took the bag from my hand and gently tried to push me forward. I wanted to go to him, but I felt as if I were knee deep in wet cement. I opened my mouth to say something, anything, but only tears came out. Santiago scooped Owen up with one arm and walked to me. Then he knelt down on one knee, reached out and pulled me into his arms. And first he rocked us back and forth like people do when they're just plain happy to see a friend. But then he became still and pulled us ever closer. I knew he was crying. By the way, his chest was sputtering up and down, and by the sound of his sniffling. I clung on tight to him and squeezed back over and over, his arms strong and proactive. When I pressed my face into his shirt, I smelled sea salt. Was I dreaming? A shriek of soap. Mis niños, he said, burying his face in our hair. When we stepped out, there wasn't dry eye in heaven. Fabiola started raging and talking in Spanish and introduced everyone. We all went inside, and every thought it was late. We crowded around the kitchen table. We look for you, said Ruben. I did not arrive until tonight, explained Santiago, reaching over and ruffling Ruben's hair. My car was not working and I had to take a bus. But the drivers are on strike. So I went in the bus station of 3 days. I knew I would not arrive in time to carve in the festival for that. I was sad, almost did not come, but something told me I must come. I was all of our positive thinking. I said quietly, Yes, maybe, said Santiago, smiling. I went straight to El Zócalo to hear the announcement, and when I heard Bernardo's name, I could not believe it. I went to find him, and then, when I saw Maria and Naomi and Owen, I wondered if I could be true. My children? But I want to think to prepare, so I ran. I chased you, I said. I didn't know. I took a taxi to the house of Teresa. She told me you came to see her, and when you were staying, then I could not stop thinking about you. I knew I had to come. Santiago seemed shy, but maybe that was because we had all seen him crying earlier, or maybe he was just quite like me. I related the whole story of what happened and how we got here, with a little help from Graciela because Santiago English wasn't what I used to be. I sat beside him, and as he listened and nodded with a sad, tired face, he reached down and stroked my hair. Tell us what you have been doing, said Fabiola. Santiago shrugged his shoulder. I have lived in Puerto Escondido for the last 7 years. I have a boat and I take the tourists out to catch fish. It is a small living, and the town is becoming more popular now, especially to the surfers. I don't make the big money like I made in the United States, but it is very cheap to live there. I have a little house, and when I am not working on the boat, I care for the animals. I bring them to Aunt Teresa and she paints them. They are sold in the shops. I sometimes make more money from the carving and from the fishing. He looked at me and Owen. A tiny smile showed on his face. Do you do you want to know the name of my boat? It is the Soledad, after my children. Soledad is the saint, right? I say. That's right. You are named for Nuestra Señora de la Soledad. But my boat was named for you. Santiago, there are some things I'd like to talk to you about. Maybe tomorrow? We need some help, said Graham. He sat forward, leaning his elbows on his knees and resting his chin on his folded hands, looking at me, and then Owen. He said to Graham, I have thought of nothing else for years. I looked around at everyone sitting in Flora's kitchen, and I felt as if I were in a movie in a scene and was crystal clear in the middle and soft and blurry around the edge. I didn't want to end. I didn't want it to end. I only wanted to be right here, right now. I want to remember everything about this night. Graciela, Luke, Owen, and Ruben to get ready for bed, and the late hours soon settled everyone. Santiago stood up to leave.